What's going on, guys? It's Dave from twoaveragedudes.com, and got a little story for you. And it's still boggling my mind. Like I've read this and I've listened to it, and I kind of find it hard to believe. Okay, now apparently LOBLAWS, who made $3 billion in profit last year. Okay, that's gross. 800 million in net profit of 800 million, got $12 million from Justin Trudeau's program to make the refrigerators and freezers more efficient in their stores. Okay, Catherine McKenna announced the $12 million award to LOBLAWS Superstore. And they said that will be retrofitting 370 of the company's supermarkets over the next 3 years. LOBLAWS is going to invest $36 million in their project of their own money, which is a drop in the bucket for them, I guess. And she said that Canadians want to reduce emissions. Well, of course we do. You know, we want to be responsible, but, you know, we're fiscally responsible too. And, like, giving away our tax dollars to a company that's making hundreds of millions of dollars in net profit is wrong. I don't care which way you put it. That is absolutely wrong. Now, get this. The fund is not paid for out of revenues from the carbon tax at all. It's coming from other sources. What? That is ridiculous. So, here's some other projects. Okay? Titanium Corporation, it develops a technology to get minerals from the oil sands waste, right? They're getting $40 million. Well, they got $40 million in a grant last month. Okay? Canadian Natural Resources, an Alberta oil and gas producer, got $22.3 million in March. 1.3 to 5.9 for the cities of Regina, Waterloo, and Calgary to expand their landfill gas capture system. Like, the list goes on, people. Like, okay, I understand. Don't get me wrong. I know that everybody wants to do the part and save the environment, so on and so forth, right? And I understand that. But for companies that are making hundreds of millions of dollars in net profits, like, that should be put into theirs. And you know what? How about an embarrassment list? If you're not doing it, the government produces a list saying you're contributing to greenhouse gases compared to this. Why not put out a list saying who the bad guys are and shame them into doing it rather than us paying for it out of our money? You know, every time I go to the friggin' grocery store, I'm walking out with less and paying friggin' more. Like, all the time. And now we're giving away that much money to a company that's raking in hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's not right. As a Canadian, I am appalled what the government is giving. We've got to stop this corporate welfare garbage. You know what? If they want to make upgrades and everything else, pay for it out of your own money. Plan, budget it. When I want to buy a new friggin' car, I have to save for it. Why aren't they saving? Pisses me off. Justin Trudeau, thanks, you idiot. You did again. Mike, what do you say?
Dave. This is remotely crazy. This is crazy. Okay, I get where they're coming from on the reducing the emissions and all that. Because, you know, this will take 500 cars emissions off the road. That's how they're justifying it. This will take 500 cars emission off the road. Well, wait a minute. If the government went to any small independent convenience store, restaurant, grocery store, and gave them this money, they could have upgraded all their refrigeration units, and we still would have took 500 cars off the road. So don't give me this crap that this was the easiest, most efficient, best way to get, you know, our carbon footprint down. You could have did it by giving this money to all the small businesses that need it. But they shouldn't have done that either. They shouldn't have done this at all. This is the trap in Trudeau's carbon plan. Like they said before, most of the money is being returned to us through the tax rebate, except for some stuff that they're going to do this with. Okay, so this is the extra money that we're paying at the gas and all this stuff. When we're paying the higher price for gas at the gas station to heat your homes and all that, Trudeau's taking the excess money and giving it to his rich friends through programs like this. Okay, LOBLAWS needed nothing. They can afford to do this. A lot of other companies, you know, could have used this money better. That really needed it. A lot of small companies could. I still don't agree with giving it to them, because all you're doing is charging me extra at the gas pumps and to heat my house, and then giving it to a company so they can better, you know, do refrigeration. How about, you know, you cut me a check and let me buy a new energy efficient fridge for my house? Okay, I could use a grant to buy an energy efficient fridge and freezer. That would help the carbon footprint. So why aren't we doing that? Why don't poor people get free fridges and free freezers? That's a great way to start it, because poor people use used old refrigerators and fridges that suck up energy, cause problems and all that. So why aren't we just giving them free fridges and freezers instead of giving it to the multi-billion-dollar corporation? Like they've said, hundreds of millions of dollars they have, and yet they're bleeding us poor people dry. And again, they'll get a grant for this freezer, but you go into a LOBLAWS store after these freezers are in, and you're going to find food prices higher, because, you know, they're going to try and recoup these costs, even though a lot of it comes from a grant from the government. Anyways, guys, check out our website, twoaveragedudes.com. Check out our polls and surveys and all that fun stuff, and let us know what you think. Post your comments below. Do you think it was right for the government to give this grant money and this money to LOBLAWS to buy the refrigeration units and potentially help our carbon footprint? All right, guys, have a good one.